With Sonic 3 having debuted only a couple of months ago, you literally cannot go on any social media site without seeing some kind of reference to Sonic or its beloved characters. For a lot of longtime Sonic fans, this is great, but for someone like me who never truly got into the Sonic fandom growing up, I've been left a little confused. So, with having literally zero knowledge of anything Sonic, I created a list of every character in the Sonic fandom and ranked them by design, from S tier being the absolute best to F tier being the absolute worst. Keep in mind, I literally have no context for these characters and what they do or say, so please don't be too mean to me in the comments, just the right amount. You can find our tier list in the description if you'd like to rank these yourself as well, and now let's get into it. Starting off strong, we got Chun, who... He kind of I feel like he seems pretty chill, you know what I mean? He's hitting a little Elon Musk on the presidential stage, but I'd put him up in A tier. He seems pretty alright to me. He seems like a fun guy to hang around. Amy. Okay, I know Amy. Amy is, like, the love interest for Sonic. She's got a cool design. Like, she's pink. She's got, like, a red dress on. She's got, like, the little rings. I like the character design. I think she's got cool vibes. I think she's also got the big hammer, which I like. So I'd put Amy up into S. I feel like that's a safe one, right? Like, I know the prominent characters. I know Sonic, Shadow, Silver, Knuckles, Tails, Amy, Rouge, Eggman, and like that's about it. That's where my knowledge kind of stops. Charlie. I feel like Charlie is going to be the people in the comments of this video telling me how wrong I am about my takes on Sonic. This is the epitome of every person that types a comment on this video being like, actually, this is incorrect. I just can't believe that you... Yeah, I put him in C tier. He's not ugly, but I put him in C tier. Alina. There's like so many different types of designs in Sonic. There's so many different art styles. She's got cool hair. I like her. I put her in A tier. I like her little crown. I like her 80s rock star cut. I like that one. Davy Sprocket. This guy's got sauce. I like this design. Is this guy important? Does he ever come around, or like is he important at all? I put him in S tier. Davy Sprocket, easy S tier. Alpha Grim Sonic. He looks like a little steampunk. Is he not just Metal Sonic? I think the design of Metal Sonic is sick. The like blue, like metallic design is pretty cool. And then he has like another form, which is on this list further down. I didn't include forms, okay? Because I knew that if I started doing that, the rabbit hole would never end. Because I'm sure every single one of these characters, you give them a Chaos Emerald or something and they evolve into whatever the hell. But I put Neo Metal Sonic on here because he looked cool. We can drag this one up too. Hold on, let's talk about Neo Metal Sonic real quick. We have Metal Sonic and Neo Metal Sonic. Regular Metal Sonic is cool, but I think his real individual Neo Metal Sonic form is way cooler. That one goes into S. I would put regular Metal Sonic into A because I feel like he's kind of scrawny as regular Metal Sonic, you know what I mean? But like this is like his own unique thing. I don't know the lore behind why he becomes Neo Metal Sonic. Couldn't tell you, but he looks cool. Alpha Grim Sonic, I'm assuming this came after Metal Sonic, and because he's kind of a boring copy, I wouldn't put him super far down, but I put him in B tier. He just seems like a boring copy of Metal Sonic, so I'd put him in B. Bark. What the hell is that? B tier, I guess? Like, he's like a Super Saiyan Sonic, I guess, but he's just like permanently like that. Bartleby Montclair. This is a Hamilton-ass character, dude. He's about to start singing The Room Where It Happens, dude. That one goes C tier. That's just kind of ugly. Bean. This is the Duolingo bird, dude. C tier. Behringer. I'm gonna be honest with you, as I look down this list, I actually couldn't tell you if you're just messing with me. Like, Clock? You're joking, right? Like this, like this? What the hell is Clock? Like, Behringer? This doesn't feel like a real guy. I do like his design, though. I'll put it in A tier. I feel like he'd be a little mischievous little guy. I don't think he's important, though. I couldn't tell you. Clock? Get at the C tier. Bunny D. Coolette. That's S tier design right there. Aclot. This is no. This is fan art. You can't tell me this is not someone's OC that they probably had a meltdown in some ancient thread 11 years ago defending. Like, I guarantee it. That one's F tier, actually. That just looks bad. The end! Thank God. That's S tier. God, I wish it were the end. Is this just a moon? That's a character? Okay. Belinda. I like her. She's got a little safari outfit on. I kind of like that. I like that design. Benedict Badnick. This reminds me of like an animatronic from like FNAF or something, but I do like that design. I like that it's like a clown. I put that design into S tier. I like the robot characters. The robot characters are kind of cool. Big the Cat. He's taken up half the panel with just his belly, dog. There's like a thread on Twitter that's been going around where they're like, can you be fat and still have aura? I feel like he's kind of got that on, dude. You know what I mean? He kind of looks like he's just like a guy that would just run around and people would know he's around. He's got that presence, you know what I mean? Felt the aura through my screen. I put that S tier. Bike Chain Bandit. That's not even a character, is it? Like, is this just like a generic name? Like, are there just other Bike Chain Bandits? Or don't tell me. Is Bike Chain Bandit like the number one antagonist of Sonic Heroes 1? Oh, you don't know about Bike Chain Bandit, dude? I'm gonna put that in C tier, just because he looks like he's gonna, like, shank me in a back alley or something. Bio Lizard. That's ugly. That's F tier. Iblis Biter. That looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh! I put that C tier. Black Arms. That also looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh! I put that like B tier. He looks a little cooler though. Also, his arms aren't even black. His arms are green and red. Black Death. I like this design. This one's cool. This one's cool. This one feels inspired. I like this one. I like that one. I put that in S. Black Doom. That looks like a ripoff Ganondorf. It's still cool, but I put this one into like A. Kind of a ripoff Ganondorf a little bit, in my opinion. Kind of looks like that. Black Dragon. You guys got a lot of characters, but you couldn't come up with something more original than Black Dragon, dog. You couldn't think of something better than Black Dragon for the name alone. Now put it in F tier. He's also not even black. He's like purple and dark purple. Black Bot. So many art styles, dude. We have like 3D renders, 2D renders, 2D but like high res scans. There's so many different art styles in this, but Blackbot, I kind of like that though. I like that he's big and he's a robot. I like that one. I put that in A tier. Blaze. She's cool. She's like a better version of Amy. If she looks more like a badass than Amy does. I'd put her high S tier. That's probably like one of the better designs. Bleed. This is fan art. Is this not fan art? Look at him. I really like this silverware. Yeah, you know me. Is he a cockroach? Why does he have like multiple arms? That's F tier. Who the hell is Bob? What are these characters? I have nothing to go off. He's just the Mucinex guy. This fucking Bob. F tier. Bokun. Looks like a Pokemon or like a Mickey Mouse like ripoff. As far as design goes, it's kind of what I expect out of Sonic, so I'd put like B tier. Dog, y'all got the Boogeyman. What is... What's next? You got the Grim Reaper, dude. Like, Boogeyman, F tier. Boom Boo. And King Boom Boo. Sonic is just straight up stealing ideas, dude. They're just straight up stealing ideas from Mario. They steal Super Sonic from Dragon Ball Z, the Chaos Emeralds, you know, as the Dragon Balls. You got Boom Boo. That's King Boo from Mario. Sonic just feels like they're like, ooh, this looks cool. We'll put this in our thing. You know what I mean? Boom Boo. That's like a C tier. King Boom Boo. He's kind of scary, dude. He's... I'll put him like high F tier. That's like, he's kind of scary. Barack Obama. Oh, you mean the Chaos Emeralds? We got to put Obama all the way up in S. You already know. Brass Knuckles. Is this like a variation of Knuckles or is this like a different version? He has Thug Life written on him. That's S. Thug Life written on his arms. That's badass. That's S. Breezy. She kind of bad though, I'm not gonna lie. She kind of bad though. I'd put her in S. Like, stuff like this is kind of what I expect out of Sonic. Like, these character designs are about what I expect, and this one just makes sense. Breezy Hedgebot. This is more like a Flintstones variation of it. I'd put this one in like A. She's still kind of bad, but she kind of looks like a Flintstones Jetsons character or whatever. Captain Jack. Is he holding the Costco hot dog? Because of the Costco hot dog, I'd bump him up to like A tier. Not quite an S, but you know, up there. Captain Metal. This one is badass. There are so many different designs. Like, if you told me these 3 designs were from the same series, I wouldn't believe you. Like this too, look, right? Like, so you have like these 4 together, okay? Captain Metal, Christopher, Cheese, and Dark Oak. This is like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. This is like, you know, Pokemon first episode. This is like some Wow Wow Wubsy shit. And this is like Digimon. You know what I mean? You have so many different types of concepts going on here, which is insane. Captain Metal, that's S tier. Christopher, this isn't even like a Sonic. This is just like a human. This is F tier. Cheese. probably like a B tier, probably. I don't even know. Like, this kind of reminds me, it kind of like feels like a character that would stab you in the back after getting to like, he'd be like really cute and innocent, be like, yeah, guys, we're going on an adventure. And then he'd like steal your Chaos Emeralds or whatever the hell. He'd steal your rings. That's what's in Sonic, right? Dark Oak. Again, this is a Digimon, dude. But that design is pretty badass. I gotta give it to you. That's pretty sick. If Sonic looked like this overall, yeah, I'd watch the hell out of that, dude. But it's not. I don't even know where this is from. Captain Onishima. This is like a metal slug character. That's like C tier. Karatia. I hate this design. That's a C tier. Caterkiller. F tier. It's like a fake-ass Mario design. Chaos. He looks like a Skylander. I'd put this in A tier. He's cool. He's a cool little design. I like that. Chaos Sonic. This kind of just feels like a boring rehash of like the Metal Sonic, but like done worse. I'd put this in B tier. Dr. Literal Goat. I don't know anything about Sonic, but I could confidently tell you that I think Eggman is the best character in the entire thing. I'm making a tier for him, dog. He's got to get his own, dog. He doesn't deserve to be next to these, you know, these delinquents down below. We're making the Eggman tier all the way up there. Dr. Eggman in his own tier. S+. Chiller. I didn't know he was chill like that. That's F tier, dude. What the hell? Chocola. This is like cheese, but he got doo-dooed on. C tier. Sinos Anti-Sonic. This is fake, right? Like, is this fake? It's so lazy. It's just like inversed Sonic, but not even really. Those colors don't really inverse to original Sonic. This just feels stupid lazy, though. That's F. Charmy. This is the Honey Nut Cheerios B. That's what this is. But I do like that design, though. I like that they, like, get out of just, like, the hedgehogs and the Agnitas and, like, whatever the hell. The Echidnas, sorry. And they go into other ones. I'd put Charmy into S. I like that one. Claws. It's like a fake Umbreon. I'd put this one into, like, B tier. I'm assuming this is an enemy. I'd put him in B tier. Clutch. Again, this is fan art, right? Like, this is... This does not look real. But the design is cool, though, so I could put it into, like, high B tier. I'd put that one into high B tier. Coconuts. I like him. I like him because he looks like Mega Man. I'm putting him into S. Coconut's my goat. High S tier. Commander Brutus. This looks like Thanos. I don't really have an opinion. He kind of just looks like a generic villain. Like, he's even got the cape on. Like, if you put this into any comic, like Superman, a Marvel comic, like a Star Wars comic, you could put this guy into anywhere, and I don't feel like he'd be an outstanding character at all. He feels very forgettable to look at. Coral. B tier, I guess? I have no idea. Is this like a... I don't even know what they're supposed to be. Are they supposed to be like an axolotl or something? I have no idea. Cosmo. Is Wanda on here too? Cosmo is cool. I like that one. I'd put it like low A tier. Cream. I like this design. I like the big floppy ears. I like this one. I like this one a lot. I think Cream is cool. I'd put Cream up in S. Cubot. I don't like that one. That's F tier. Dave the Intern. What do you mean the intern, dog? F tier. Deco and Boko. These guys remind me of those guys from like Jimmy Neutron. Deco and Boko remind me of these two guys from Jimmy Neutron. Anybody agree? They don't have the same color scheme, but they give off the same vibes just looking at them. I'd put these guys up in A. These are cool. I like these guys. These are cool. Dexter Bagsteel. Why do all Sonic characters have that like shit-eating grin? Like they all have that like, nothing personal, guys. You know what I mean? All of them have that. It's so smug. I hate it. I'd put this one into like B tier. Defect. I like the spelling on that one. I'd put this one into like A tier. Cool design too. Dimitri. C tier? I don't even know what I'm looking at. Dixon. That's so ass. That's C tier as well. Dr. Fukarov. That's F tier. That one's ugly. Dr. Genius. That's F. Doom's Eye. Is that not literally the thing that's in the Suicide Squad movie? Hold on. It's pretty close. It's pretty damn close. I'm sure Sonic did it first, though. I'd put this into, like, C tier. Dr. Kai Narasu. That is literally Johnny Test. F tier. Dr. Starline. I hate the poses that these characters do sometimes, dude. They're just like, heh. Can't beat me, but you're like the most obscure side character, dog. Like C tier. Dragon Breath. I'm making comparisons left and right, but it's so hard not to. This is like Dragon Tales, dude. That's what this guy looks like. F tier. Dremagen. This one looks cool. I feel like this guy would be, I think he's got the Chaos Emeralds on him too. S tier. That guy looks sick. E2000. Just like a generic robot. F tier. Earthia. That design looks cool. I like this design. This design looks sick. That one goes S. Eclipse. Is this Shadow or is this like not Shadow? He looks cool. I like his design. He looks a little plasticky, but if he didn't have like his Sonic Boom design, I think he could be cool. I could put him into S. I could put him into S. Eel Capone. That's dude. What is that? It would go F for design. But because of the pun, I'll put it in C. Eggette. I like this one. This one's cool. Kind of looks like one of the Mario princesses, but like more with the Sonic spin on it. So I like that. That's S tier. Eggman. Eggman, I thought you were cool, dog. This design goes hard as hell, though. I'd put this one up in S. Egg Robo. That one's ugly as hell. That's like C tier. Elise. Is this even Sonic? This is like a Final Fantasy-ass character, dude. She's asking where Cloud is, dude. That's F. Ella. Who? That's F tier. Emerald. This looks like one of those elemental Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I like this design, though. I put this one up in A. I like that one. That one looks cool. Emperor Metallics. That's raw as hell. That one goes S. That guy looks like he kicks ass. I bet you he doesn't, though, because I've never really heard of him. Dark Enerjack. These are some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, dog. I'm not even joking. These are straight up, but like I like that design, though. S tier. Eraser Jin. That's a Street Fighter, dog. That is... F tier. Espio. I like this design. Like, not as much as I like the ones in S tier, but I'd put it confidently in A. Evil One. You couldn't have come up with, like, a better name? Like, F tier. Fang. I think Fang's okay. I'd put him in, like, B tier. Kind of an okay design. I feel like the purple is all right. The little cowboy hat is all right. Feist. Doesn't really feel inspired to me at all. I'd put this one in C tier. I mean, he looks kind of cool. He's got the same smug look that every other Sonic character has, but I don't really feel anything when I look at him. Dr. Finitevis. Is this his own character? He kind of looks like Knuckles. I like this guy a lot. This guy looks cool. I'd put him in S. Fiona. She kind of just looks overly edgy to be overly edgy. I'd put this one in like C tier. It's not like Shadow where like the edginess is just like his whole look. It's specifically how she's dressed, you know? That, dude, Sonic just decides, ooh, we like this design. We're putting this in our thing too. That is Tweety Bird. Flicky, F tier. Flying, you're not gonna tell me that that's not, he's got the goggles. It's a copy of Crazy Frog, but the design still looks decent enough, so I put it in B tier. Frankly what? What do you, frankly, this design sucks ass. Froggy. Really feeling innovative today with the names, huh, Sonic team? How am I supposed to rank that one? F tier. Gemerald. I like this one. This is like the other one that's up there. Like Emerald. I'm assuming these are part of like a pair or like a unit or something. These two look cool. They kind of look like Power Rangers, but like in their own Sonic way. These feel original. They feel fresh. I like those. Jeffrey St. John. So you're telling me this guy specifically for some reason doesn't have like the Hedgehog name? His name is Jeffrey St. John. Does this art not look like Pokemon? Like this looks like a Pokemon design. Am I wrong? I'm not tweaking, right? Like this straight up looks like Pokemon art. I do like the design though. I'd put him in A tier. I think that one's okay. I like that one. Gerald Robotnik. Sorry, is this Dr. Eggman before he goes crazy? Or is this a different character? It's his grandpa. Oh, okay, interesting. I like Robotnik a lot. I like Dr. Eggman a lot. I'd put Gerald Robotnik into A tier. I feel like he'd be part of the blunt rotation at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I feel like he'd be chill to hang out with. Giganto. Some of these names, man, like he's just a big hulking monster. It's not really anything crazy. I'd say C tier. Gillwing. F tier. Gold. That looks like a proper Sonic design. I like that one. Kind of reminds me of like Breath of the Wild a little bit with the with what she's wearing. I'd put that one in S. I like that one. Grand Chief Whip. That is the KFC mascot, dog. I like him. He's S tier, though. That's S tier, dude. He looks like he's got some wisdom, dude. He's got some years on him, you know? Colonel Granite. This is like generic bad guy number 5. F tier. Grimer. This is like if a head crab like evolved and like developed eyes on top of a person's head. I don't hate his design. I do like that he's like a humanoid spider, but it's okay. I put him in C tier. Grounder. Unironically, kind of a goated character, dude. I've got to be real with you. Like, kind of a goated design. I like Grounder. He looks sick as hell. Grounder, S tier design. Guardian Hunter. Based on design, I can put it in B tier. It looks cool. I just don't really know what the hell's going on. No, I'll put it A tier. I can put it A tier confidently. I changed my mind. Gulpo. Glup Shido from Star Wars. Gulpo. I like him. I'm putting him in A tier because of his name and the way he looks. He looks like a little mischievous little guy. I put him in A tier. Gun. This is the logo for like the military thing, right? I learned this. Not anything crazy for me to comment on. That'd be B tier. Heavy Gunner. This looks like a generic guy that you probably just like run through in Sonic. So I'd say like C tier. Heavy King. This guy's got aura. I like this guy. This guy looks cool. Heavy King, that's S. That one looks sick. Metallics. That might be the best design on this whole list. Like, if you're gonna go campy, edgy, like overly out there, that one looks sick. I like that one. That one looks really, really cool. Heavy Magician. This looks like Time Wizard or like Time Clock guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd say A tier. Heavy Rider. S tier. Shattuck. Is this Shadow and Sonic in one thing? That is not real. Oh, it's a okay, it's a fan fusion. Okay, that's cool though. Them having a fusion is cool. It kind of sucks that Shadow loses literally all of his color and it's all Sonic's color with like a little bit of the red. That's a little like, come on, dog. You couldn't have, I don't know, you couldn't have like grayed out or something. That would have been better. Or like you could have gone navy blue instead of it just being like Sonic is the dominant color. That kind of sucks. A tier. Because it's a lazy fusion. Heavy Shinobi. That one's okay. It's like another like generic villain. It looks okay. I put it in B tier. No, I put it in C tier. That's C tier. Hawk Wolf. If only there were two of them. Is this not an OC? I was so caught up on his name. This doesn't even look real, man. Like, this is a C tier. This is C tier. Honey. I like this design. This one's cool. She's kind of a goth baddie. I put her S tier, lower S tier though, like almost A tier. Because again, it's like she's wearing edgier clothes rather than it being like she's just giving off the edgy energy like Shadow is. I think it's really cool if you can get your design to speak for a character without it being their clothes, you know? That's a good design. Hualin. Who? F tier. Humpty Dumpty. Dude, what F tier? Hypnobot. C tier. It's another generic like robot looking design. Hayudoro. I don't know why I rolled my R on that one. I like this one. I like this guy. This ghost looks cool. Iblis. These lava monsters are kind of boring to look at. Like, I get what they're going for, but the way that they're executed doesn't really work for me very well. I think this one's like okay. I'd say like C tier. And then like Ifrit, I'd say C tier as well. Catella. Let's move to that one. Hold on. Imperator LX. This is a cool design. Like, see, there are some really, like, inspired designs on here that I think look really, really sick. For example, right, you'll have Imperator LX, and then you'll just have, like, little Cinderella on this list. You know what I mean? Like, Imperator LX, that one's sick. That one's cool. That one goes S tier. Infinite. This also just looks overly edgy. Like, it's a little too over the top. I'd say he's cool. Not, like, S tier cool. He's, like, A tier. Iron King. This looks like, I don't know, like a regular World of Warcraft, like, NPC that you'd probably just roll over. It's like C tier. Very generic. Sonic! Oh, I might piss people off with this take. I am gonna piss people off with this take. Whenever I look at Sonic media, I never care about Sonic. I care about all of the other characters. You know what I mean? Sonic is just kind of annoying himself. Everybody else is kind of chill. You know what I mean? Tails is kind of annoying too. But like Shadow, Knuckles, Dr. Eggman, like all of those guys, they're all pretty cool. But like Sonic himself, I'm kind of like... You know, oh, eat chili dog, you know what I mean? Fart joke, you know what I mean? He's the main character. So I would put him into A tier because of that. I'd put him confidently into A tier. I do like Sonic's design. I think Sonic's design is very, very iconic. But overall, if we're doing this based on vibes and based on like appearance, I'd put him in A tier, actually. I'd actually put him in A tier. Even though this whole tier list would not exist without him, we're going by every character. So A tier. Iron Queen. She kind of looks like Hela from Marvel Rivals, or like Marvel in general. I'd put her like B tier. Kind of looks like a generic villain. She's even got like that smirk. She's got a scepter. Ixis Naugus. I like this guy. He looks cool. That actually looks really badass. I like that one a lot. That one I'd put in A tier. Jackal. This looks like that Pokemon, the sun Pokemon. I do like this guy though. This guy looks cool. I'd put Jackal into A tier as well. The little cape thing is cool. Jet. It's like a recolored Sonic. He's more of like a hawk, to me at least. He looks cool though. I do like this one. I think I put him in A tier next to Sonic. I think both of them kind of would go next to each other. All right. I'll stop fucking around. Sonic deserves S tier. I'll be real with you. If I put Amy up here, I can't. And I put Cream up here, I can't not put Sonic in S tier. And I could put Jet in S tier too, because like I think he also deserves to be up there. My opinion is still the same. As far as his placement goes, yeah, he firmly deserves S. But I do actually not care for Sonic as much as I do the other characters that are around him. But at the same time, you need the protagonist to have your side characters. You can't have Gohan without Goku. You can't have Vegeta without Goku. You can't have Broly without Goku. You can't have all the other shit that happens in Dragon Ball without Goku. But Goku doesn't have to be your favorite character. You know what I mean? Johnny. This design is also sick too. I like this one too. This one also looks really, really cool. I don't know if this character is important or not, but his robotic design and having like a missile on his head as his face, that's badass. That's S tier. Cage Von Stryker. This is a Thundercat, dude. Cage Von Stryker, that's a sick design though. I'd put him in A tier. I like that one. Dr. Kai Narasu. Who? F tier. That's gotta be racist. There's no way. That's insta F, dog. There's actually no way. Kiki, I like this monkey. I think he's cool. I'd put him up in A tier. King Max. I don't know who this is. Sly Cooper ass villain. A tier. I like his whiskers. I like that he's old. I like the old characters, like especially when they're like the anthropomorphic ones. They kind of look cool. King of B-Bots. Is that not just Tails? I'm gonna be so honest with you, Tails is the most like unserious character in the entire thing, dude. Like if Tails is involved, you already know it's gonna be some bullshit. You know what I mean? I'd say C tier for this one. It's just like, it just kind of looks lazy. It's just like you got wings, you got like steampunk goggles on, and like you're half cyborg, but the cyborg doesn't even look good. Maria, just like Cinderella, dude. Like that's just C tier. Dr. Quintobor. I'm assuming this is like they're related to Robotnik. If they are related to Robotnik, I'd put this like B tier, high B tier, just because of the stash. Kitsunami. They got the ski goggles on. This is a standard Sonic character. This is what I expected to see a lot of on this list. There's a lot more variety in Sonic characters than I thought there would be. I thought they would all look like this. That's A tier. Knight. You couldn't have come up with a better name. Knight. Like C tier. Knuckles. I love Knuckles, dude. I think Knuckles is like one of the best Sonic designs, dude. The spiky gloves, the hair hanging down. Love that one, dude. I love Knuckles. Also red. I prefer red over blue 100%. That's up there in S for sure. Great Battle Cuckoo. This looks like a guy that you would see as a mascot for like cornflakes or something. It's like A tier. I like his little hat. Kind of reminds me of Dr. Gero a little bit. La. As far as design goes, this actually does look like it fits into Sonic. So I'd say like high B tier. Legs. Is this like an early Sonic design or something? C tier. Lien Da. I like this one. I like the little stuff in the hair. She's got that like pink hair on. She kind of reminds me more of Knuckles than anybody else, but I think she kind of looks badass. That's S tier. That's an S tier design. Light Gaia. He looks annoying. I don't know if this character actually is annoying, but this character looks annoying. F tier. Lyn. That's a goat. That's S tier. She's got some wisdom to behest. Lumina. This is a cool design. I like this one a lot. I could put this one in S. These right here, this last row, except this one, a lot of the ones that we put into S feel very inspired. They're very original. They're very inspired. They're very unique to Sonic. Whereas like a lot of these other ones that, especially below B tier, you get a lot of ones that feel very like derivative from other things, you know? But let's continue. Manic. I don't really like his hair. He kind of looks like, is he holding drumsticks? He seems cool, but I think his design's kind of okay. He kind of just looks like a green Sonic. I put him into A tier. Marine. She looks like Tanuki Mario. I'm sure that she's literally the animal that, you know, Mario's becoming in that. A tier. I like this design enough, but not too hard to where it goes into S. She's cool. Master Zik. Look like Master Oogway, dude. Not even. I just decided to say that because he's got Master in his name. That's a C tier. Mecha Sonic. The design is okay. It's not as good as the actual Metal Sonic. I would put this one in lower A tier. Me files. Me Phillies. Your mouth with these nuts. S tier. He looks like Shadow, but he's also different. He looks very different at the same time. I like this one. Merlina. Again, not a great human design. Like, I'd say better than Elise, but not by a whole lot. I'd say C tier. Another Final Fantasy character. Metal Knuckles. I like Metal Knuckles, but not as much as Metal Sonic. Cool that he gets his own, but I would put this one in lower A tier. Mighty. This guy's kind of ugly. I'm not gonna lie to you. This guy kind of sucks. Usually the Sonic-esque designs, like that look close to Sonic, I'd put high. But this one, I'd probably put C tier. It's kind of goofy to have a big red thing from like his face to his back, is what I mean. Mimic. This character's cool. This is another good design of like looking edgy without it just being what the character's wearing. I like this. This one's cool. Definitely higher S tier. Motobug. This is from like Sonic Racers or something. This is like C tier. No, it's F tier. This kind of sucks. Black Narcissus. What even is that? This looks like some shit straight out of Code Geass. I'd put this in A tier. It does not look like a Sonic design whatsoever, but I could put it into A tier just because it looks cool. Nazo. This looks like Sonic's like Super Saiyan. Based on design, I could definitely put it into like A tier, like mid A tier, because it kind of looks derivative of Super Sonic, but I don't think it is Super Sonic. Nicole. I like her design. I like her dress. I like her gloves. She looks interesting. I'd put her into high A, not quite S. She's got a cool design. I like that. Original movie Sonic. I'm kind of a hater. When the Sonic trailer came out and I saw how bad this looked, I was low-key like, yes. Off rip, as soon as I saw that, I knew. I was like, this is gonna tank. It's gonna do so bad. Like, no one's gonna go watch that. And then they fixed it. And now here we are with Sonic 3. I've moved away from that opinion, okay? I've moved away from the opinion that, like, Sonic needs to just completely shut down. But back then, my opinion was either Nintendo needs to buy Sonic or Sonic needs to entirely just retire as an IP. Nowadays, I'm kind of more open to it. I'm still not a Sonic fan. I'm not on my hater shit as much as I am, or as much as I was back then. Especially because I know that the movies have done a good job of representing what the franchise is. But the main reason why I hate the Sonic fandom is because of, like, the really hardcore fans trying to make Sonic something that it's not. I don't know what it is that just pisses me off about that. I know it's a whole let people enjoy things type of beat, right? And you can, but it's always been the way that I've looked at it. Nowadays, I'm very indifferent to Sonic. I don't hate Sonic, but I also don't love Sonic. Original movie Sonic, if only my goat could have flown. If only he made it to the big screen, man. He would have been S tier because he would have been responsible for Sonic having its final nail in the coffin, but he didn't make it, so F tier. E123 Omega. I like this design. This is one of the better robots that we've seen. I like this one a lot, actually. I think this one's like a solid, dare I say, this one actually is an S tier design. This looks original. It looks fresh. It still has like Eggman's look to him, but he's not like a Gundam. Like, it looks like a mech that you would see Dr. Eggman send out. It feels inspired to this series. So I'll put it in S. Omo Chow. I don't know what that is. I'd say this is like a B tier. Kind of indifferent to that one. Orbot. This one's kind of ugly. I don't really love this one. This one's like a C tier. Percy. She's got a cute design. This is like what I expect a typical Sonic female character to look like. I would put this into A tier, like lower A tier. Pseudo Sonic. As ugly as this little bastard is, I actually really like this design. I don't know where this ever appears, but I actually really like this. This is S tier. I like that one. Rankles. Why does he look like that? He's ugly. He kind of looks like a fake Knuckles, but not really. Is this even like a real thing? This doesn't look real. Oh, it's a fake character. Okay. If this were drawn better, you could convince me that this was a real character. I'd put this like high B tier. Ray. I think he's a flying squirrel. I like Ray. I think he's cool. I think that's like an A tier design. Razor. That's not real. This is a fan character, dog. F tier. Just based on this picture alone, that's F tier. Rhino Liner. Looks like a generic villain that you'd probably just speed through on like Sonic 06 or something. It's like a C tier. The design's okay. Rotor. Okay, this design actually looks pretty cool. I like this guy. I like how he's big. I'm putting that one into S. I like his color scheme, his like pastel coloring. I like that. He's cool. Rouge. Interesting character. Very interesting character. I like her design. I think that her being a bat is actually a really, really interesting thing. She's got big tits. She's got like the big heart thing. When I was a kid, I actually was like not attracted to Rouge the Bat that hard. I get the appeal now as an adult, you know what I mean? I get it. You know what I'm saying? Those Twitter artists go crazy. How can you not think that design's cool? It's a fantastic design. That's S tier for sure. Rough. That is not real either. This does not look like a real design. If this is a real design, it looks a little too like fan-made, I guess I would say. Like, it's crazy because I don't think that about a lot of these characters. Like, you would think more of these look like OCs, but they're not. I'd say he's kind of a B tier. He's kind of like neutral. Doesn't really look like he belongs in the universe. He kind of looks like he'd be shoehorned in there. Rusty Rose. Her having a bionic version of herself is actually pretty cool. I like this. This is pretty cool. I'd put this in A tier. Sage. This reminds me of that one character from Legend of Zelda, like Twilight Princess. I know nothing about where this character comes from, but the design is kind of cool. It's very simple, but like that's all it needs to be, you know what I mean? For a good character design. I'd say that's an A tier. Yo! Dog, is she just naked? Sally Acorn is crazy. Gooner bait aside, this is an A tier design. I wouldn't bat an eye if I saw this in Sonic, you know what I mean? But it's not like an extremely inspired look. She's just got her titties out, you know what I mean? Scourge. It's like a green Sonic, but not Sonic. He's got a different vibe than Sonic. I think he's an A tier. I'd put him in A tier confidently. He's like a green Sonic. His design is a little lazy because he's got the same hair. Shade. This feels inspired as well. I like the all black, but I also like that she's got her own color scheme going on. I don't know if she's got like psychic powers or whatever the hell's going on, but I like this one. I like this one. This is an S tier. Shoephone. Undisputed GOAT. If you don't fuck with Shoephone, we don't fuck with you, dude. He's going up with Eggman, dude. He's going up there with Eggman. That's my guy right there, dog. That is my guy. He's got immaculate vibes, dude. Felt the aura 10 panels away. Snivelly Robotnik. This guy looks like... You guys ever, like, shave your balls? And then you get done shaving your balls and you've got, like, a couple hairs left over? Like, this is kind of what he looks like. I'm gonna... That is an F tier design, dog. Solaris. I don't even know what I'm looking at with this one. F tier. Sonia. I like this one a lot. This one's cool. This one is a cool design. She kind of looks like a superhero, but I like the big hair. I like that one a lot. That one's S. Sonic.exe. I don't know where to rate this. Based on design, it's just Sonic with bloody eyes. I'd put it in C tier. Jebediah. What the fuck is Jebediah, man? Why is he in, like, the noir color, dude? What is this? Founding father of Sonic? I think that's the vibe I'm getting off from this picture. C tier. Sticks. Cool design. I like this character design. Kind of looks like Crash Bandicoot a little bit, but that's like an okay thing. Like, they're kind of in the same vein in my mind. I'd put her in like A tier. Storm. Now, this guy's badass. I would say this guy's high S tier. That is a sick-ass design. There aren't a whole lot of, like, big, bulky characters. And I like that this guy is one of them. He kind of reminds me of, like, those guys from Breath of the Wild. No, not Rivali. Fuck Rivali, dude. I'm talking about Cass. Supreme. He doesn't even have Supreme on. That's F tier. Surge. I like this one. It kind of looks like that one Pokemon. Chespin is what she looks like. I could put her into S. This design feels nice. It's an inspired design. I like the pants. I like that she's got like the piercings. I like that one. Tails doll. Is this like another creepypasta thing? F? It's not anything crazy. It's just a doll. Tails 9. Is this a form? I'm assuming this is a form. I think this is cool. I don't really know what the whole thing looks like, but this looks cool. I put this into S. Regular Tails. I don't really like Tails, if I'm being honest with you. As a comedic relief character, it just feels kind of boring. And, like, it's kind of like, okay, get the fuck out of the way. Let's see Sonic, you know, let's see Knuckles, let's see Shadow. Kind of a B-tier character for me. Tangle. That is Sly Cooper. And because of that, that's like A tier. I like this one. Tiara Boobowski, S tier name. Tikal. This design looks really nice. This is a good design. That's an S tier design. It's very simple. It's not trying too hard. I like that one. Time Eater. For a Sonic villain, I don't even know what this really is. It's okay. I'd put this like mid A tier. I like the little cogs that it's got going on, like the little wheels that are inside of it, but it's kind of a big cloud, so it's all right. Titan. This straight up feels like a Legend of Zelda villain. I would put this one in C tier because it feels like it's ripping one off. Trip. This one's okay. It doesn't feel unique. It feels very generic. Like, this feels like if you were to make a big crowd of Sonic characters, this character would not stand out at all. It's like probably the lowest A tier out of all of the ones that I've ranked so far. Tumble. This feels fake. C tier. Uncle Chuck. Is that actually a character, or is that just Sonic in like with a mustache? It is his own individual character. It's campy, and I kind of like that. I like that it's just Sonic with a mustache and eyebrows. That's A tier. That's so stupid, but like, it's exactly what I expect out of Sonic, you know? Like, that makes sense. Vanilla. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. She's kind of mommy. When I was scrolling down the list, I was like, damn. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, she's high S tier. High S tier design. Vector. This is the guy from FNAF. I think he's cool. I like his little headphones. This is an S tier design. I'd put it up there. I was gonna say the FNAF one's better. It's not. This one's actually way better. That's a much cooler design. His big ass chain. He's got his headphones on. That's cool. That's a cool design. Hot dog vendor. What I've been waiting for. Let's go, hot dog vendor. My fucking goat. Look, we made a tier for Eggman. You know what I gotta do, man. You know what I gotta do. Literal God. Hot dog vendor and his big ass unibrow. Hot dog vendor. Literal God tier. Y'all don't know about hot dog vendor, dude. Me and him go way back. Void. This character's all right. I think the design is okay. I'd put this one up to like, it feels like it doesn't belong in Sonic. This feels like a Ben 10 character. I put it in A tier. Cool design, decent design. Wang. Where are these characters from, dude? You got Sonic Unleashed. These are B tier. Hey, look, they're nothing close to Shufan, dude. They're nothing. Hey, you ain't even close, okay? You ain't even close to my goat up here. Dr. Warpnik. This is like Dexter's Laboratory, dude. That's what this looks like. As far as design, C tier. Wave the Swallow. What are we talking about, man? Sick design. I like the purple. I like that she's a bird. That's an A S tier. I can put it in S tier. It feels inspired. I like that. Captain Westwood. Captain Generic. F tier. Captain Whisker. That is some aura. That one is sick as hell. That's like a high S tier. That one's badass. Whisper. She's cool. I don't know where she's from, or I know nothing about her, but she looks cool. I like her design. I like the all black. I don't know what that little like eye thing is on her forehead, but I would say a high A tier on Whisper. Shadow. Everybody loves Shadow, dude. You all love Shadow. I love Shadow. I don't think we could put him anywhere else except S tier, for sure. That's one of the best parts about Shadow, is that he's got a very simple design. Like Knuckles, Shadow, Sonic, their biggest appeal is that they all are very simple designs. You know what I mean? Silver. Dare I say, I actually think Silver is a better design than like all of the other ones. I think a lot of people don't like Silver from what I've seen with the community, but I would confidently put him into S tier. There's no way that I would put them any lower. Dr. Wily. This is a crossover character. That's insane. Kind of a basic design. Okay, so I was wrong. I really did think that that was unique to Sonic, but I guess not. Wisp. Kind of boring, not gonna lie. C tier. Wyvern. This is an interesting looking villain. I like that it's got this big ass mouth. This one's interesting to look at. I'd say this one's like a low A tier. Dr. Zachary. I like this guy. I like his mech. This mech feels like it's part of his literal body, which is what you want when you make a mech character. You don't want it to just be like that Tails thing we looked at. This just looks like it's tacked on. Like, this mech looks just like it doesn't look like it's natural. This looks like it's an essential part of his body, which is a good design. I would say this is an S tier for sure. Zavok. Still cool, but like an A tier. Zaz. That's a Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. That's like a C tier. Xena. Cool design, but she looks like an Inside Out character too. I don't know anything about this character whatsoever. I'd put her like solid B tier. Zero. It's probably just another generic guy you just run through in like a Sonic world. I'd say C tier. Zoa Brute. That's a Yu-Gi-Oh! This is like a low B tier. Zam-Am. This looks like Drowsy from Pokemon. I like this design though. This is cool. Looks like a raving Rabbids guy with his lips. Put this one in B. Zor. doesn't look like a Sonic character to me at all, but I'm whenever I say that, I know I'm wrong because I'm not a Sonic fan, so it's like I'm the last person that should decide whether or not something is a Sonic design. But at the same time, I also do think I know what, like, the spirit of Sonic is meant to feel like. This doesn't necessarily feel like that, you know what I mean? I'd put this in, like, C tier. And we're done with the tier list! Just kidding, we got one more. It's an integral part of Sonic lore. It's one of the reasons why I was kind of hesitant to ever get into it. Sonichu. On paper, the idea of Sonic and Pikachu being merged into one character is actually a decent idea. However, I will not go into what Sonichu is. I will not go into the origins of the character. I won't go into any of that. If you'd like to look it up yourself, you can. But I can tell you confidently, this idea was one of the reasons why I never got into Sonic. And I don't think that that's an unfair take. I don't think that that's an unfair take for this to have been the thing that deterred me from wanting to get into it. We got S tier, we got A tier, we got B tier, we got C tier, we got F tier, then all the way down here, the pits of hell. And this would go there. But even then, it feels like we need like a little more space than even just that. You know what I mean? We need even more space in between. I feel like that's not enough, right? Like we gotta go all the way. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? You gotta climb all the way back up for this one to be even close to anything that's up here. There are some shitty designs, but I would not put them anywhere close to Chris Chan's Sonichu all the way down there. That being said, that is my Sonic tier list of every single Sonic character that has ever been named ever, outside of live action because I don't want to get spoiled. But there you go. This is my ranking. I think my S tier is pretty solid. I like all of these designs a lot. These designs are really, really sick. The ones that I put in here, fantastic designs. Let me know what you think. How would you rank these? This tier list was made by me and the team. And if you want it, it's in the description of this video. Let me know how you would have ranked these, and I'll see you in the next video.